This video is about, you see what this is? It's a plastic drinking straw. Okay, plastic, see this? What is it? It's a plastic drinking straw. Ordinary plastic drinking straws. And this is what they like to do with their ordinary plastic drinking straws when they got a lot of them. Provided they're kind of strong, slender and wide and plastic. Plastic, slender, wide and long and thin. Plastic drinking straws. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to take about two of them, tape them together with some real strong tape, and put some like cork on the end of the drinking straw cork. You see it like cork on the end. Now, see, and then I'd like to make a lot of these with the drinking straws. Homemade music conductors batons. Homemade music conductors batons. If you ever gone to a symphony concert and you met a man, or it could be a woman, but sometimes it's a man, right in the kind of the center of the musicians on stage, and he's waving this long white stick. Well, the man or the woman is called the conductors. If it's a woman, it's conductors, I think, and if it's a man, they call him the conductor. Like the Japanese American conductor Suji Ozawa. Suji Ozawa is a Japanese American conductor. Suji Ozawa. And there's a man, like a man, or it could be, I guess, a woman. Woman is called the conductress. Man is a conductor. And they're in the orchestra amongst the musicians, and the conductor is swinging this long white stick called the music baton. So the conductor and he's swinging this long white stick, giving all kinds of directions and things in the music. They call him the music conductor. The music conductor. And so he has used something called a baton. And it's like this long white stick here, made from this drinking straw, but put two straws together with the strong tape and cork it in, and you've got the homemade music conductors baton. And I'd like to explain. I've always been more interested in classical music and symphonies and classical music and symphonies and philharmonic orchestras, chamber orchestras, different orchestras and classical music, and the musicians and the conductor, and even the composer. And it used to just drive my father up the wall. I mean, well, no, not literally, but in the, I guess, manner speaking, you could say. And my father would turn to me and say it, and my father would turn to my aunt, and that's his sister, my aunt. My father's sister is my aunt. He would say, I've got to have the only son. God, why did God punish me? Why did God punish me? I have to have the only. Why can't he be like normal kids his age and be into like baseball and Babe Ruth? No, I gotta have the only son that decides he'd like to become a music conductor and composer lately, and his idol is not Babe Ruth. His idol is Leonard Bernstein, which I did like to see Leonard Bernstein on TV conduct the New York Philharmonic, but they also like all the different conductors. But there would be Suzy Zhao or Eugene Normandy, and there was many. There was Ruben Mita. I remember meeting Laszlo Gatti of the Windsor Symphony back in the 80s. And I was, believe it or not, I was called as a guest conductor. He chose me as a guest conductor. You know, I liked it. That was I guess you could say, my glory days. My glory days. Anyways, and like my father would say to my aunt, his sister, my aunt, why do I have to have a son who's into that like classical music? Why can't he be like normal kids and do? Why can't he be like normal kids? And my aunt said, you should really thank God he's not like most what you call normal kids. Because if he was anything like today's normal kids, who knows, he might be into something illegal, something that's not right, something illegal. And so my aunt would say, you should really thank God he's into this classical music. You should really thank your lucky stars. I mean, could be worse. He could be into something illegal, but he's not into any. Like, he could be into drugs. No, he's not into no drugs. But classical music, you should thank God he's in classical music. And he prefers classical music. If he was like most kids, he'd probably be into something illegal, like illegal drugs or who knows what. And so, thank God that he's into classical music. And my father's, most kids his age, they like the game of baseball. Yeah, that's true. But I was one of the ones who, I never did like baseball. But the one thing I always liked was classical music, the composer, the conductor. To me, it was always like the composer, the conductor of classical music. The man in the symphony orchestra with the long way stick. So I wasn't really. I had no desire. I had no. Put that this way. I had no desire too. I never did have the desire to become a baseball player, but the music conductor and composer like Leonard Bernstein always had the desire to become a music composer and conductor like Leonard Bernstein. And what I found is that what does a baseball player and the conductor have in common? They both swing sticks. The baseball player swings the baseball bat to hit the ball, and the conductor swings the baton to get the musicians to play the different musical instruments. So, with me, I always had that desire for as long as I can remember. I've always had that desire to be a great classical music composer and conductor. I had such a great desire to become a classical music composer and conductor. I always did have that desire. Maybe someday it will come true, maybe it will never come true. But one thing is for sure, I study classical music, I study sheet music. I study just in case someday. Maybe I will become a composer. Maybe I will become a conductor. Maybe a famous composer like Bela Bartok, Zoltan Kodály, Carl Nielsen, Gustav Holst, Leonard Bernstein. Maybe I'll become a composer conductor like Leonard Bernstein, be able to write my own compositions, and conduct my own music, like Bela Bartok did. So it all depends. But in the meantime, it just might not be feasible yet. In the meantime, I kind of work on it, and I really work well at it. Study sheet music, and as much as I can on sheet music, and getting to know sheet music as well as I possibly can. Because by working at it, and only by working, you have to work at it. And if I work at it, possibly I could